from BodyFit by Amy, and this is your flat tummy workout. So I don't really even like to title my workouts things like flat tummy or lose belly fat. I don't really love those terms, which is why you don't see them a lot on here. I prefer the second title to this workout, which is strong functional core. However, what you guys ask me about all the time is how do I get a flat tummy? How do I lose belly fat? How do I lose that pooch? So I wanted to address it in this video. These are concepts that I talk about a lot in Pilates and in prenatal and postnatal. However, they are great for everyone in terms of having a strong functional core. I don't necessarily have a super defined six-pack right now, but I do have a strong functional core. And after 2 babies in 2 years, a C-section, having diastasis recti, which is ab separation, that took some work. And I really learned a lot more in the process in addition to my education. And so I wanted to share it with you. So first things first, we're gonna talk a little bit about breathing. And I know that you're probably really anxious to get to the workout, but just bear with me for just a couple minutes because these concepts are so important if you wanna get that flat tummy. So first, little anatomy lesson. So we have in our core several different muscles. Our outer muscles or superficial muscles is that long muscle in the front called the rectus abdominis, has those the little parts on either side, which is the six-pack that we talk about. You have your internal and external obliques, your side abs or your love handles, and then underneath all of that we have our transverse abdominus, and that is our deepest layer of core muscles. So that is what we're gonna talk about in this workout because I think that is the thing that not a lot of people know how to engage, but once you do, it will change everything in your core work. So transverse abdominus, your deepest layer, kind of wraps around like a corset, so it's underneath everything else, kind of holds all of our organs in, so it's there. And then also for men and women, your pelvic floor muscles, which are holding everything up, which are also important to be engaging. But let's talk about the transverse abdominis. So deep core. I have videos on this in prenatal and postnatal, but let's talk about transverse abdominis breathing, sometimes called belly breathing. You can do it from a seated position. Standing is great too, even laying down. We're gonna talk through in the workout, but I want you to just think big inhale. As you inhale, I want you to expand all the way around. So you're here. And then as you exhale, I want you to pull everything in. So I want you to see through here. So inhale, expand through the sides, through the back, through the front, not pushing down, but expanding through on the inhale, which is a little counterintuitive. And then on the exhale, you can just breathe out or do a shh or just do a shh. Pull everything on the exhale and pull up and in with that pelvic floor, right? So what it's not is sucking in like this or lifting those shoulders up and down. It's all in the core. It takes some work to get used to doing it, so I'd highly recommend that you practice it. You can maybe check out some of my postnatal videos or diastasis recti core videos or Pilates. That's a great way to do it. Do it in front of the mirror. Do it before you go to bed at night, before you get in the shower, just to get used to engaging that deep core, because trust me, that's what we need to be doing during all of our exercises, but especially in our core work. You can maintain pulling that deep core in and breathe and carry on a conversation. You can be doing your upper body, you can be doing your lower body, and then super important in the core. So think about that. I do have some longer videos explaining it, but I want to get right to the workout. So if you have questions, let me know and check out some of the other videos. I will try to link them right here. But the main thing to think about is that you're pulling gently up and in, not sucking in, and that deep core. Here's the other thing we're going to talk about really quick is that sometimes in our core work, we'll start here, we end up pushing the muscle out. Can you see that? So I'm not engaged. As I'm coming up, I'm putting the pressure and pushing the muscle out. We talk about it a lot as it looks like coning or doming. So pulling everything in makes all the difference in that, right? So whether we're here or here, and same thing if we're down on the mat. So sometimes if we get used to doing a bunch of crunches really fast or we're using momentum and we're not engaged, we're gonna see that. So if you look down, always check yourself on that core work and check yourself in a plank. If you look down and you can see that point or you feel like everything's pushing out, you wanna re-engage, pull in that deep core. So we say belly button to spine. Sometimes we say push your lower back into the mat. I don't like to use that too much because I don't want you to be pushing in, but it does help to think hips to ribs. Keeping that engaged is truly the key. Okay, let's get to the workout. So we're down here for the workout. We're gonna come down on our back, and I want you to start, let's take those knees out and let's take the hands behind the head. So if you have diastasis recti or ab separation, or you're newly postpartum, this is maybe not the best workout for you. I want you to check out my other videos. Certainly not a workout if you are pregnant, do my prenatal core, okay? Just wanted to say that first. So elbows wide, knees out. Think about that breathing that we just talked about, and we're gonna add some movement to it. So big inhale, exhale. As you exhale and pull everything in, I want you to pull your elbows in and pull the knees in. Inhale, exhale, elbows in, pull the knees in. So think about also kind of squeezing up through the inner thighs, which is gonna connect this, and opening the chest. Exhale. One more time, big inhale. Exhale. So I want you to think about that as we move into, let's say, a traditional crunch. So let's add on to that. Inhale, exhale, little lift. Keep everything pulled in. Inhale, exhale, pull up and in. Do you notice just by going slower, you feel that a lot more, right? That's the other big thing that I would say about core work is, especially with crunches or things that we're doing a lot of repetitions, we often get going too fast, or we're using momentum, or we're using our back. But if you really focus and take it slow, you're gonna feel the difference in that core. So let's add on a little bit more. Let's take those feet up. So we're still gonna go out, inhale, exhale, little crunch, lift the shoulders, lift the hips. Inhale, exhale. And just keep going with that. I want you to take it nice and slow. Expand on that inhale, pull up and in gently. As you do the contraction, lift the shoulders, lift the hips as everything comes in. Check in with yourself, make sure you're pulling in that deep core. Open it up. Let's go 2 more. Last one. And breathe, checking in. And if you do notice that coning or that doming, it might be a sign that this workout is too much for you. And I would say check out some of my diastasis recti videos. You might have that and not know it, but otherwise just readjust. You can always keep it just slow here and then add to those crunches. So that's a good one to do. You can also just incorporate that as you're doing a crunch without adding the knees and the elbows, but I find that that helps me think about everything kind of closing in, zipping up and in. So another great one from here, we're gonna take those feet up. So I'm gonna give you a couple of options with this. So what I want you to do is put your hands on your legs, legs on your hands. We do this one a lot in our postnatal workouts. And you're gonna push your hand into that leg, and at the same time, you're pushing the leg back into the hand. So start with 2, and if that feels like too much, I'm gonna give you another option. So big inhale, exhale, push and push. So it looks like nothing, but you feel it, right? Inhale, exhale, push and push. If that feels like too much, I want you to do one at a time. Inhale, exhale, push and push. Push this against the hand, hand against the leg. And then switch that. Inhale, exhale, push and push. Do you feel the difference? I think you will. You can also lift those shoulders if you want. So inhale, exhale, push and push. Pull everything in, opposing forces. Just that force is going to be enough to make you feel it. Inhale, exhale, push and push. As we get more advanced with this, you can do like that double leg stretch. Inhale, exhale, still maintaining that tension. Inhale, exhale. Let's go one more. Inhale, exhale. and relax. I hope that you're feeling it and that you're noticing the difference when you can make that connection with that TA, with that deep core. So now let's do a little crossbody one. So we're here, inhale, exhale. I want you to push against it, right? So we'll start with that and then switch. Inhale, exhale, push and push. Feel the difference in those obliques, right? Inhale, exhale. Let's go one more. So then let's take it here, and I want you to hold one across your body. We're gonna maintain that tension, and the other side is gonna do that little dead bug. So if this feels like too much, just do what we just did, just alternating. But if you can, hold the tension. Extend it out. Your shoulders can drop down if that feels like too much. Let's go two more. One more. Good. And relax. Relax that and then switch it other side. So you can just keep it alternating. Maintain that push. Inhale. I mean, my core is shaking doing this. And I feel like I've worked really hard to be strong, but you should be shaking. You should be feeling it all the way through and feel a good little burn as well. If you're not shaking, that's okay too. Let's go one more. And relax. Hug those knees in. Also, just on your own, that very simple dead bug, just with little taps, is great for engaging that deep core. So you can always add that in. But adding that push, which you can do with a lot of different things, you can do it with scissors, things like that, will help you maintain that tension to get that deep core, right? Okay, so let's take a little break from our backs. Let's turn on our sides. And then we're just gonna do one set of some side planks. You can either be on your knees or all the way up. And what I want you to think about is maintaining that deep core, right? So I like to cross one leg over, but again, whatever's best for you, elbow beneath the shoulder. Inhale, expand this way. It's a little tricky because we're on our side. Exhale, pull everything in, lift it up and hold. So I want you to hold it here and make sure that you can still breathe, that you're not holding your breath, but you're maintaining it here, right? So can you hold there? Knee can be down if you need to. Breathe, keeping everything in nice and tight. And then you can rest for just a second, and then let's add a little movement to it. So inhale, exhale, lift it up, knees or toes, and then let's go down and up. So you're maintaining that deep core engagement, but you can do a little inhale, exhale, you can engage a little bit more, right? Not quite the same as we're contracting. Let's go one more. And then try from here. Little twist. Everything in. Two more. Last one. And relax. So let's do all of that on the other side. So we're here. Let's move that. And we'll go here. So again, just holding first, big inhale, exhale, and lift, maintaining everything pulled in, pulled up. We're just holding. If you need to be on that knee, that's totally fine. So we're keeping everything engaged to the center of the core while we're isolating a little bit more of the obliques. Go ahead and relax it down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, pull it up and in, and then let's go down and up. And remember, you want to maintain it, keeping it in, but you can certainly inhale, exhale, engage a little more. Two more. Last one. Hold it at the top. Let's rotate. Two more. Last one. And relax. Good, stretch it over. Okay, so let's take it on all fours. So the bear plank is such a good way to engage that deep core. So we're here. If you need to modify, inhale. You can lift one knee up at a time. But if you can, big inhale, exhale, lift those knees off the ground. Inhale, release, exhale, pull up and in. And what I want you to think about is that you're not pushing from the toes, you're pushing out of the hands, you're really using your core to drive you up and in. Let's go one more. If you can, hold it up, and from here you can do lots of little movements, little running, you can even do little twist, but maintaining that core, lifting up and in. You can even do little mountain climbers, lots of things, and relax it down, stretch it back. So let's go all the way down. So we're gonna go to a regular plank on our elbows. This is one of my favorite core moves, again, for everybody. So plank singles. So usually in a workout, we pop up to that plank. We're not always engaged. Sometimes things are hanging down, or we're down on our back, or we're too far up like this. Let's change that. We're gonna do singles. We're gonna keep these planks really short. Here's what I want you to do. Elbows on your elbows, hands about shoulder width apart. Big inhale, again, expand through the sides. I know you're tired of hearing me say that. Exhale, as you pull up and in, on the exhale, lift just to the knees. Inhale, exhale, slowly down. Inhale. Let's do 2 more like that. Again, imagine there's a string pulling your belly button up and through your back. You're not pushing through the toes or the knees or the elbows. You're lifting with the core. So you can keep it just there if that's good for you, or let's add one more step. Inhale, exhale, all the way up to the toes, hold it in, slowly down to the knees, slowly down. Inhale, exhale, all the way up. Do you feel the difference than just holding a plank? Who would have thought that doing planks for like 2 seconds at a time would feel harder than holding a plank for maybe like 30 seconds? It's all about the engagement and the breathing. Let's go one more. And relax it down. Yes. Do you feel that, right? Again, that's why this is so important. So let's do the same thing with a full plank, just so you can get a feel for that. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna start on our knees, and we're almost done, and we're gonna pop it up to, not pop, but engage to lift up to that full plank. So inhale, exhale, slowly down. Inhale, exhale, slowly down. Inhale, exhale. Let's go one more. Hold it here. Can you maintain that? Make sure you're breathing. Focus on that breath. Can you bring those knees in? Little gentle mountain climber, keeping everything pulled in. Deep, deep core, feeling it all the way through. Can you take it across? And again, check in with yourself. Make sure that you're breathing and that that deep core is pulled in. We're not just letting it all hang out. Lift up and in. Yes. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, stretch it back. That is all we're gonna do for this workout. Go ahead and bring it down. You can do a little stretch up on your elbows in that modified cobra, or all the way up. Relax in those shoulders wherever you are, and just gently take it side to side. So I hope that makes sense. I will say that these concepts can be a little difficult to understand in the beginning, especially if you've done a lot of exercise your whole life and you've never had somebody tell you that, because it really hasn't been mainstream in fitness. Do a little stretch over until the last 5 or 10 years, when we started talking about it a lot more in prenatal and postnatal. We've always been talking about it in Pilates, but even though I've been doing Pilates and teaching Pilates for a long time, I don't think I really got it until my prenatal and postnatal training, until I had my babies myself, in how important that deep core function is. Especially if you're used to being super strong in your core, what can happen a lot, reach that back, roll those shoulders, is that you might be strong in your glutes or your quads and those might be taking over, or you might be activating and overcompensating with some other muscles. A lot of things could be happening, but trust me when I say this is the key. And again, I hate to make claims like that. I'm not one to say like, this is all you need to lose belly fat. But I do think to have a strong functional core, you have to be activating that transverse abdominus to work in synergy, which means all working together with the rest of the core muscles and specifically with the entire body in all of your exercise. So be sure to check out all of my other core workouts. A lot of these I'm talking about them in, and a lot of them you can just be doing on your own if you want something more intense, but incorporating these concepts. Thank you for showing up today. If you liked it, make sure that you subscribe and let me know. One big deep breath in and out. And that was your flat tummy, strong functional core workout. Great job, everybody.